Yes, I did want to talk about this story next. Let me close out the last story. If you guys want to, you can go over to my Discord. You can find a link to that all over the place. The chat will also put a link to my Discord at some point. If you want to see any of the articles that I consider talking about or just find interesting or do talk about on the show, or if you have articles yourself that you want to share and think that I should talk about, I have a news sharing section on my Discord, and you can go and share the many news articles that we come across. You can go do that. You going to watch the Trump speech live, Tyler? Is Trump doing a speech right now? If he is, then sure. Let's see. Go to YouTube. Oh yeah, the White House is live.
It was overwhelming.
Oh, he's live right. Okay.
And again, the police chief made a statement that
talking about Chicago.
Could not have done. There's no way they could handle. You saw what was happening out there. It was going to be a disaster. We stopped it cold. If we didn't do that, would have been a very sad day. And you know, remember, we have the Olympics, we have the World Cup, we have all these things coming, and we have 250, all of these things coming. But I watched Newsom get up and say he's doing a great. He's not. We're the ones that did it, and that's okay, whatever it takes. But the main thing is But he got up and said we did it. Well, he didn't want us there, and he's going to need us again because it's starting to form again. I see it. It's starting to form again. You know, we have to maintain. It's like maintenance on an airplane. You can.
What he's talking about here is Gavin Newsom is taking credit for cleaning up the protest and the riots, even though Donald Trump had to send in the National Guard.
It's an honor to do it. It's a lot of presidents wouldn't do what I'm doing. I don't need this heat, but when I watched television last night, and
and just for the record, he's clearly not dead. For those of you, all the people saying, "Oh, is Trump dead?" Oh, rumors are circulating now.
Badly wounded with bullets.
Tyler, you mispronounced Chirac. My apologies. Yeah, Space Force, not Department of Defense.
I'm not speaking to anybody but them right now. I would love to receive calls from governors and mayors saying they need help. We'll help them. We have a lot of people. We have a great force. We have a great military force. You know, Pete will tell you that when I was running for office, and this was a big headline, I think, you know, probably got me a couple of votes, but you couldn't sign people in the military. Nobody wanted to join the military, the Army, Air Force, the Navy, Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard. We never forget Coast Guard because they've done such a great job. Never. But nobody wanted to join any of them. We were way
there's a lot of reasons people don't want to join, man. And a lot of it had to do with the vaccines that you're doing too, Trump.
Whatever that is, you'll explain that to me. But the closest was the Marines. But every service was way down, way down.
Yeah, who wants to join and fight on behalf of the world government? Like, all we do is go around and fuck with other countries. Like, I don't want to join the military.
We're doing everybody. We have the best economy. We have a very.
I'll join the military and fight for my country if someone invades our country. That's the stance I've always taken.
Is the richest, the strongest, the most powerful. But if for some reason some liberal court, I'm talking about the court that just ruled, where even an Obama judge voted in favor of us, which I gave him a compliment yesterday, as you know. I said that took great courage. But it's a liberal court, and it's going up to the Supreme Court, who I think have been incredible people. I think they've made very.
I do give this man for driving up. I do give this man credit for driving up enlistments. I hated serving under Democrats. No real training under Biden. No, certainly they have done a lot to turn the military around from the shambles that it was in. But still,
most
like
of it is coming because of tariffs.
I just, you know,
for some reason,
Trump's in office now, but if you're going to go into the military, you're going to be in there a lot longer than Trump is in office. So something to consider. My son wants to be a Marine. I have tried to talk him into Coast Guard because then you don't leave the country. Coast Guard would be great because then you go and defend the coast of our nation. You go and stop drug cartels and human traffickers. That'd be great. Yeah,
putting us in a position like no country is anywhere in the world. That they'd like to see us that taken away. By the way, a lot of
I recommend National Guard and Coast Guard
are from foreign countries. I might add.
There's a video that is circulating online now.
On a questions.
The White House, where a window is open to the residents upstairs, and somebody is throwing a big bag out the window. Have you seen this?
No, that's probably AI generated.
So,
actually, you can't open the windows. You know why? They're all heavily armored and bulletproof.
So that's a fake video.
Because I know every window up there. The last place I'd be doing
So,
it
wait,
is that
what?
because there's cameras all over the place, right? Including yours.
Did a reporter
No,
just
but
ask
every
him about an
window-
AI-generated video?
I've never seen a window that's... In fact, my wife was complaining about it the other day. She said, love to have a little fresh air come in, but you can't. They're bulletproof. And number one, they're sealed. And number two, each window weighs about 600 pounds. You have to be pretty strong to open them up. No, that has to be... Where was the window? Let me see.
Oh, he's actually showing him the video. Oh, wait. Oh crap! I paused it. Hey, look, look at JD Vance in the back. He's like, look.
Which is the window?
It looks like this is on the 15th Street side, I think.
Yeah.
So right here.
Yeah, those windows are sealed. Those windows are they're all sealed. You can't open them.
So yeah, so the reporter got duped by an AI video.
Yeah.
That's funny.
One of the problems we have with AI, it's both good and bad. If something happens really bad, just blame AI. But also they create things, you know, it works both ways. If something happens that's really bad, maybe I'll have to just blame AI.
Oh my God,
There's
no,
truth to
Trump, stop
because
it.
I see so many phony things. I saw
Stop it.
something
You're not supposed to
as I
say
was
that.
growing up from
You're not
the
supposed
time
to
I was a
openly say
baby
maybe I just
till now. I said,
blame it on AI.
Who did that?
Trump, no.
It was AI generated. So it's a little bit scary, to be honest with you. But those windows are all very heavily
Oh, man.
sealed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to follow up with what you were saying regarding that federal appellate court that ruled against you and your administration as it relates to your ability.
Well, they ruled against our country, the court, and they ruled against us before. It's a very liberal court.
You called it highly partisan in your
Well,
social
it certainly
media
I was
is.
under Obama, Trump, and Biden. There was a clear difference with each admin. National
Well,
Guard
except
is a
that
great
we
service to the
actually
country.
got
Absolutely.
one of the Obama
Our sergeant
judges
said, I don't know
that
about
was
National
appointed by
Guard. They're usually the
President
first
Obama,
ones to get shipped
voted in
out with the
favor
Marines
of the
if shit
tariffs
pops off.
because
Really?
He felt it was imperative
Guido
for our
says he
country
just says
to
shit. I know he does. I
thrive
know he
and
does. But that's why it's
survive
funny.
even.
That's why people
And
like
I gave
watching
him
Trump because he
credit. I said,
just
"You know
says
what?
things
That took a lot of
sometimes.
courage for him to do it because you don't see that
Like, you
often.
know, he was sitting there thinking, like, maybe if this Epstein stuff keeps going the way it does, I'll just start blaming it on AI. It's
Well,
kind of
we
what he
already
was
have,
thinking,
yeah.
I
In
bet.
fact, we're doing something else. We're going to be going to the Supreme Court, we think, tomorrow because we need an early decision. I mean, look, the financial fabric of our country, we're a rich, incredible country right now, and we're able to, you know, other countries use tariffs on us for years. And we never did.
Depends on your
I did
governor
a
with
lot,
deployments.
during my
Interesting.
first term, but then we
Yeah,
had
I feel like
COVID
the
and
National
we
Guard
had
should
to
be barred
focus
from
on
leaving
other
the
things. It
country.
couldn't be
They're
tariff
the
Italy,
nation's
Spain,
guard.
France, as they
They shouldn't
were
be sent
dying by
overseas.
the
That doesn't make sense.
Thousands and millions. But we did with China, and China paid us billions.
Why
and
wouldn't the
billions
Army
of
go in
dollars,
place
and
of the
I started
National Guard?
process,
Wouldn't the
but then I
Army
had
go
to
with the
end it a little
Marines?
bit because of COVID, we focused on that. But no, it's a very important decision, and frankly, if they make the wrong decision, it would be a devastation for our country. We've taken in trillions of dollars. And
How
by
much
the
of this
way,
should I
all
watch,
these
guys? Do you
countries
guys
signed
want?
agreements.
I mean,
As
they're
an
in
example,
questions now, so I guess
they
this,
signed-
the
they're all
boring part's
happy.
already
Everybody's
over.
happy. But some whack job put in a lawsuit.
Because the questions are the interesting part. We haven't seen Trump since last week.
And the liberal court ruled it was 11.
We get deployed based
they
on
ruled
request. Some
7-4.
governors are a little more enthusiastic than others.
One of
Wow.
the most liberal of them all voting in our favor because they're patriots. I think I give tremendous credit to that judge. And now it's going.
Yeah,
to the
speaking of
Supreme Court.
courts,
Now
I'm going
we're
to talk
gonna
about a
be
story
asking
here in a little
for
bit. Guys,
early
Amy
admittance. We're
Coney
going tomorrow,
Barrett,
and we're gonna
the
ask for
Republican
expedited-
Supreme Court
an
justice that was
expedited
put
ruling because,
under Trump, or put on
you
the
know, when
court
you
under
look at the
Trump,
stock market's
she
down
released
today,
a
the stock
book
market's down because of
defending
that. Because
abortion.
the stock market needs the tariffs. They want the tariffs.
after overturning
if
Roe
you
v.
look
Wade,
at AI,
and she even
all of
commented on
those
her overturning of Roe v.
you know,
Wade and said
all
that
of
she
that
was only
money
doing
that's
what
gonna be
the voters
invested,
wanted, but
trillions of
she doesn't
dollars.
think that
biggest
the majority of
thing,
the
bigger
people in
than
the country
internet,
like
I
it.
suspect. It's the internet.
So literally,
plus
she
3 or
made an
4 other
argument
things
for
combined.
why we need to have abortion because
We are
the majority
leading
of people in the
very
country want it.
substantially with AI. We're leading because of tariffs.
And that's supposed to be a
We're leading
Republican
because of
judge.
Talent, and this is where they'd like to be. But without the tariffs, we wouldn't have a chance because we wouldn't be able to protect those investments of the companies coming.
Gotcha,
in.
our
So,
sergeant. National Guard
if
is
you
part of
took
the U.S.
away
military, but it's
tariffs,
basically a federalized state militia.
we
Gotcha.
could end up being
Okay.
a third world country.
Still,
That's
I feel like the
that's how
nation,
big
National
the
Guard
so
should
we're
be
asking for an
relegated to the
expedited
country.
ruling.
As a backstop to that, President, you have a Republican-controlled Congress. You control the House. You control the Senate.
Yeah, but we don't have 60 votes. We don't have 60 votes.
You
I'd
don't
love to
think you
do
can get
that.
enough
Oh,
votes?
if we had 60 senators, if we got the 60 votes, we would get them. But we need 60 votes, and we need, you know, a certain number in the House. I think we'd get, I don't know, we have about 5 of them here. Would everybody agree with me on tariffs? Without tariffs, we're a different country. We have taken in so much money. And here's the thing. We signed a deal with Japan. They're paying us hundreds of billions of dollars.
Turns out the Coast Guard
We
does get
signed a
deployed
deal
too,
with
but
South
it's
Korea. We
small
signed a
amounts
deal
and
with
it's
the
rare.
European Union.
When the Coast Guard
signed a
gets
deal.
deployed, though, is it like special
Europe.
forces that the Coast Guard specializes
those
in, though?
countries are
Like, is
paying us
that why it's rare?
$950 billion,
Like, they need
and they're
special
happy about it. They're okay.
personnel.
As one of them said,
I don't
"It's
know. I was just
amazing
thinking.
that we got away
Check out
with
the
it so
state
long."
guards. Those are odd,
One of my
not
friends, a leader
federalized,
of
but
one
are
of the
true
countries.
state militias. I've
And
actually
they're
never heard of
fine
that.
with it. They all
State
signed.
guard.
If
How do you
that
join the state
ruling
guard? Is that the same way?
Ever went against us? I guess what.
So what Trump's talking about here is the tariff stuff, and what Trump is doing with the tariffs is absolutely unconstitutional. I'm in favor of the tariffs. Let's throw that out there first. But let's be real, guys. The tariffs are unconstitutional. What Trump is doing with the tariffs is absolutely unconstitutional. There's no argument to the contrary there. I can recognize that I agree with what he's doing with the tariffs, while also recognizing that it is unconstitutional, because Congress is supposed to enact things like that. But what do you do when Congress doesn't do their job? I don't know.
What are you asking me about her?
NATO's concerned about it, I do too, about this
Sure, NATO is concerned about it. Well, nobody knows where it came from, but they did take away her ability to use a phone. You know, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that could happen to me. I'd be very happy.
Trump just said someone needs to take his phone from him sometimes.
What does that mean?
Are you considering taking away some of the tariffs that you've imposed on India? You had posted.
No, we'll get along.
Of
with
course the
India very
Indian
well,
chick
but
is
India
asking
has-
that.
You have to understand, for many years it was a one-sided relationship. Only now, since I came along, and because of the power that we have with tariffs, India was charging us tremendous tariffs, about the highest in the world. They were about the highest in the world, number one. And
Yeah, and India doesn't
we
like that we're
therefore
trying to
weren't
get a
doing
better
much
trade
business
deal.
with India, but they were doing
I have a
business
story
with us
I'll
'cause we
probably
weren't
talk about here
charging them
soon.
Foolishly.
Talking
We weren't
about
charging them.
Putin,
So they
Xi
would send in
Jinping,
massive,
and
everything that
the
they'd
leader
send
of
it in,
India.
pour it
They all
into
met
our
in
country.
China, and they're trying to
therefore
build a
it wouldn't be made
coalition
here
to counter the United
negative.
States'
But we would,
trading
not send
that we're
in
doing.
anything
All the
because
tariffs
they
and
were
stuff that we're
charging
doing.
us 100%
Russia,
tariff.
China, and India are trying to
I'll
make
give
a
you an
trading
example, Harley
pact amongst the
Davidson.
three of them to
Harley
counter our
Davidson couldn't
tariffs.
sell into India. There was a 200% tariff on a
Which isn't
motorcycle.
good because, you couple that with what's going on with
Harley
BRICS,
Davidson
and
went to India and
we're just
built
isolating
a
ourselves.
motorcycle plant. And now they don't have to pay tariffs. Same thing as us. So what we're doing is literally thousands of companies are coming into the U.S., car companies.
Isn't that what
AI,
BRICS was about? BRICS,
more
that is one of
traditionally
the
car companies. We have so many
motivations
car company
behind BRICS,
factories
yes,
under
is
construction
being able to
or
trade
being
freely
designed right
outside
now.
of the United
And
States
they're coming
control.
from China. They're coming from Mexico. I must tell you.
Technically, Trump could just veto all legislation until they
But
put
they're
tariffs
coming
in
into our
it.
country
That's
because they wanna
hilarious,
build
R.
here.
Sergeant, and
And
I
they wanna
don't know
build here
why
for
he
two
doesn't.
reasons. Number one, they'd like to be here, and number two, the tariffs.
There's a
are
lot of things that
protecting them.
Republicans and
number
Trump can do
three,
that they don't do.
They want to avoid paying tariffs. When they build their cars here, they don't have any tariffs to pay. When you build here, you don't have any tariffs.
Mr. President,
Go ahead,
in light of the Minnesota shooting last week, the Department of
$10 says India flips back to our side faster than Russia in World War II. I don't know. India is kind of in between China and Russia, and if things are starting to get hot, much like the Civil War, who are you going to fight against? Are you going to team up with a guy on the other side of the world, or are you going to team up with your neighbor? It's kind of the same thing, right? So maybe their values don't align, but if war pops off, they're going to side with the people that can hurt them the most.
On Space Command, sir, are you?
And right now, the people that can hurt them the most is going to be China and Russia because they're next to them.
Colorado to Alabama.
Look at this guy crawling on the
It would
floor.
be somebody else.
Colorado.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
get that
problem
picture,
with
buddy.
Colorado is they have a very corrupt voting system. I have so many friends in Colorado. Anytime you have mail-in voting, you have corrupt elections. Very simple. It's very simple. Even Jimmy Carter said it with his commission. They set up.
Yeah, we have a
commission
story.
with him and
Trump,
Scoop
let's see if he says it
Jackson
again here, but he
some
said he's
people,
going to sign
highly
an executive
regarded
order
people.
to mandate
And they said the one thing
ID
the
for
finding
voting.
was if you have mail-in voting, you will have corrupt elections. Well, your radical left governor decided that he was going to have all mail-in voting.
I don't know how I feel about having
Once you have
Germany
all
as an ally for
mail-in
World War
voting, for
III.
whatever reason,
That's a good
Democrats
point,
cheat.
Republic boss. That's a
they
very good
cheat
point.
like-
Very interesting turn of events,
stupid.
I would
That's
say.
the only thing. They're no good on policy.
But see here, the Republic
no
boss.
good at
My
management,
plan
no
for
good at
World War
government.
III is
They're
that we
great
say
at cheating.
screw
And
China,
they stick
screw
together,
India,
too.
screw all the
Give them
places
credit
in the
for
UK and
sticking
stuff,
together.
and we just team up with Russia. Just imagine that. Just imagine the United States comes out and says we're cutting all ties with all of our allies, and we're going to be siding with Russia. If you would like to side with Russia and us, you can do so now.
Katie, you wanna answer?
And then watch all the people flip because the United States flipped to Russia.
It's going to be tremendous.
Be hilarious.
In the state of Alabama, what we've seen through this process is the worst of Washington. We've seen politics get in the way of what is best for the warfighter, what's best for national security.
And Japan need
And
the
state
anime
of
imports.
Alabama
There
is
you go.
about to show the country,
Japan would side with us.
The best among us.
They love us.
So we know the economic impact is going to be tremendous. There at Redstone Arsenal, we're proud to house everything from
That, and we need the anime war
the
propaganda. We cannot have
FBI
Japanese
to,
anime war
headquarters
propaganda
there
against
for,
us. We need it in favor
near
of us.
Material
So
command
that's a good point.
To a number
Republic
of
boss.
things.
Good
We
point.
obviously have NASA with Marshall Space Flight Center, and so this naturally fits within. When you look at the decision matrix that they placed in front of us, that's why we ranked so high, is because we have the resources necessary and the ability to build out quickly to meet the needs in front of us. As far as economic impact, it would be tremendous. Does anybody have an exact number?
We gave them our best
1,600
fireworks.
jobs.
Ooh, my thoughts exactly.
With 3,000 spent off of this. This is teamwork right here. So we are really proud, and the people of Alabama are ready to get to work.
And I've got a housing question, if you could, just for a second, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
please.
Owning a home and going about the American dream seems like it's out of touch for a lot of Americans. Just recently, you pushed out a statement about addressing an emergency housing situation.
That's right. We're thinking about doing that.
Yeah, can you just?
Well, we need a little help from the Fed. We have a man named Jerome Too Late Powell. You probably
I've always
heard
wondered
of him.
what
He's
the
too
world
late.
order is
Way
scared
too
of when
late.
it comes to Russia and America
The
becoming
economy
close
is so
allies.
strong that
That's
it's
because
pushing
Russia
through
and
that. Normally
America
it would have
have a
been
lot
much
more in
tougher,
common
but we're
than
doing so
Europe,
well.
than Europe, the rest
We're
of Europe.
pushing through it, but it makes it
Why did
very
it sound
hard
like
for
that? It
people to get
sounded like it was
mortgages
underwater. What
because
the
too
hell?
late is too
Thank
late.
you, R.
Very
Sergeant.
simple.
Bro, I would
It's too
die
late.
laughing my ass off if
And,
Trump brought
probably
Russia into
political.
NATO in order
It
to
wasn't
stop
too
the
late
Ukraine
before
war.
the
Bro,
election. Before the
be
election,
so
he was
fucking
cutting
funny.
rates
I
up
want him to.
because he was hoping that, I guess, Biden would get in, or that Kamala would. He was a big Biden guy. Explain that one. And
So
then he
Trump's
was a
talking
Kamala
about coming
person,
in,
but
and
he was hoping,
I don't know
guess,
exactly what he's going to do with the
win,
housing
I
market,
guess. I don't know.
but he's
Didn't
talking
work
about
out
coming.
too well.
He's talking about having the
But,
federal government step in.
Yeah, we need.
I don't know what they can do.
You know, I think that if you look back,
Mostly Christian,
many decades
mostly
ago,
Christian
the United
nations
States was always
rallying
lost,
hurts the
even if
world
they were
order
doing
narrative.
badly.
Absolutely,
United
yes.
States
If
was- because
Russia
without
and
the
China,
United States,
if Russia and the
everything in the
United
world would
States
die.
came
It's true.
together,
It's so
those are like
powerful,
the
it's so
two
big, and I made it
majority
I made it
Christian
really
countries
big
in the world, right?
in the first 4
So
years.
if they came together,
Then it started
because
to
think about it, we have a
degenerate
lot
with
more in
what
common than we do with,
Biden
I don't know, the
administration did,
UK,
but we
for
built it up
example.
to a
Look
level
what's
that I
going on
never thought
over
we could
there.
be at this quickly.
Not saying
We're the
Russia's much
hottest, we're the
better, but
best, we're
I
the
am
best
saying that
financially, the
Russia
money coming
more
in is so big
aligns with
because
our
of tariffs
values
and other things, but
and
because of
morals.
tariff gets us even those other things.
Not saying they
Plus
do
it gets us
100%. I'm
great
saying they
negotiation. I
more
settled
so.
7
They do
wars.
more so
And
than a lot of
numerous
our other
those
allies,
wars were because of
especially the
trade.
United Kingdom.
And numerous of the trade deals that I made were because of tariffs. It gives you a great negotiating ability. If that ability were taken away from us by a liberal court acting on essentially foreign nations asking to get help from the United States government, when they've been doing this to us for 40 years, that's why we have $38 trillion in debt. We won't have it for long if they let us, if they allow us to do what everybody knows we should be able to do. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, another Biden-era action that you're now reversing is that you signed a deal last week to make federal buildings adopt and embrace classical architecture styles again. Can you talk to us about why you do that?
I haven't heard about that. That sounds
We
awesome.
want to see beautiful buildings. Now, you know,
I
want
want to see beautiful buildings too. I'm tired of these
these
concrete blocks that could just be turned around into the next business when that one fails.
Great reviews. But I've seen buildings that
And that's
didn't think were
ultimately
very
why
good
they
get
do
great
it. They
reviews,
create these
and I've seen
concrete
great buildings
blocks
get
so that
bad
way if the
reviews.
business fails, they
So,
can
but
just
it's
fill it with
a
another
standard.
one.
We want to have a good standard. We're building something here.
But it's
you know, for
ridiculous. We shouldn't do
150 years
that.
They wanted a ballroom at the White House. We're doing something at the highest
I still believe
level
that the
using
current
great
EU and
architects
UK stances on
And,
Israel is
you know,
due
it's
to the
very
high
exciting.
Muslim populations that
But
are
we have a lot
settling
of interesting things
in those
happening
nations.
architecturally
Did you
in
see
DC.
the march in
DC is
England
like a different
where they were
place. And, you know,
chanting,
even the
"Who the
contractor
F is
said,
Allah"?
"Sir, we walk down to
No, I
it,
didn't
feel
see that.
like
That sounds hilarious.
much safer.
I
like a
still believe the
different
current
place.
EU and
Washington,
UK stances
DC is
on
good. Now,
Israel
we're gonna
is due
also
to the
beautify
high
it.
Muslim
We're gonna put a
populations
topping
that
on
are
the roads. We're not gonna
settling
rip
in
them
those
apart
nations.
and take
Can you clarify
4
that,
years to
Republican
build a
boss?
road that
What do you
was
mean? Because
exactly the same
from what
by the
I've
time you
seen,
build it.
a lot of the UK
But
and
we're gonna
EU
put
stances
toppings,
are
we're
in
gonna put
favor
new
of Israel,
medians
I
in,
thought.
We're gonna get the
Or are you
graffiti
saying
off,
that
we're
they're
gonna put
against
tiles
Israel?
up in the
Can you
tunnels
clarify
where
that
the
for me?
tiles are missing. We'll do the whole tunnel instead of, a little area. where
And thank
see
you, Joey. Thank you
new
so much to
tiles,
Joey
old tiles
Canoli
that
for
never
raiding
look
the
too
stream.
good,
Guys, go
but
check
they
out
can
Joey
use it.
Canoli if you
They've been
haven't
up,
already.
50
He was playing
years.
some San
They
Andreas
served
this
their
morning.
duty.
Super
But
cool
we're
game if
gonna
you've never
make
played that
this,
game. I was watching him play it
within
earlier. Honestly, I was thinking about buying it.
20-mile radius from
Been a long
the
time.
White House. We're going to have this place spick and span. It's going to be crime-free, and it's going to be spick and span. It's going to be. You'll be proud of Washington again. Go ahead, please.
Sir, China's having a massive military parade that President Putin and Kim Jong-un will be attending. Do you interpret that as a challenge to this? And are you
No.
concerned at all about those countries
No.
trying to be some sort of counterweight?
Not at all. China needs us, and I have a very good relationship with President Xi, as you know. But China needs us much more than we need them.
Yeah, that was a
No,
stupid
I don't see
fucking
that at
question.
all,
The
no.
the Chinese parade
And I
with
had
with
actually a very
Russia
good meeting
and
with
India or
President Putin a
whatever
couple of weeks ago. We'll see
is
if
not a
anything
threat
comes
to the
out of
United
it. If it
States. What
doesn't,
is a threat to the United
we'll
States
take
is
a
that they're
different
meeting to
stance.
talk about trade deals. That's the threat. That's what you should have fucking asked, you idiot.
Deployment of National Guard troops to
Politicians
Los
coming out
Angeles.
against Israel has become more common
Well,
as the
it
Muslim
was a,
population grows,
radical left
same
judge.
as the Democrat
But
states
very
here in the
importantly,
U.S.
What did you not tell me in that
I
question or
I
statement that
see
you
where
made?
you're going
Didn't
at,
much of a statement.
or I see what you're getting at with that the Republican boss
you
or the
didn't
Republic boss.
say
But
what
I
the
think
judge
that
said,
the
The judge
discontent
said, but
towards
you can
Israel
leave the
is
300
growing
people that you already
because
have
of the war in Gaza.
place.
I
They
mean,
can continue to be in
I
place.
initially,
That's all
after
we need.
October 7th,
But why
vehemently
didn't you put
defended
that as
Israel's
part of your
right
statement?
to defend
Because
itself
the
and
judge-
to
the
go
same
into
judge
Gaza and
ruled
do what needed to be done to wipe out
exactly as you
Hamas.
said,
But
except
now we're at the point where
the
even the
judge said that
IDF's
you can
own
leave the
military
300
reports
people
that
that you already have in
83% of the
place.
people they kill
They
had
can
nothing
stay,
to do
they
with
can
Hamas.
remain, they can do what they
So
have to do.
we're at a point now where
thank
you have
very
to
much,
kill 8
everybody. We
civilians to
appreciate it.
kill
Thank
2
you. Thank
terrorists.
you.
So yeah, I think the sentiment towards Israel is beginning to change because of the actions Israel is taking. I don't think it's necessarily because of people immigrating to the country, having different worldviews or political views. I think it absolutely has to do with just the simple fact that Israel has gone too far in this war. I'm pro fuck all the Middle East. Why are we there? Absolutely are, Sergeant. We should stay out of all of it. Israel has the right to defend herself. Let her. We can stay out of it. I think it's multiple factored. Both are probably true. Absolutely. I've said it multiple times. Just like Sign of Jonah said. He said Israel has the right to defend itself. Let it. Yes, absolutely. But the same goes for Gaza and Hamas. So when they retaliate by kidnapping people or launching terrorist attacks, which are the only way they can do anything because of the circumstances they're in, you can't exactly get upset about it because IDF's doing it right back to them, except they're actually an organized military. The only reason the IDF doesn't get called terrorist is because they're an organized... Thank you, guys. Because they're an organized military with an organized government. The only reason Gaza and the Hamas people of Hamas get called terrorist is because they are not recognized as a legitimate government and they are not an organized military. If they were organized and they had a legitimate recognized government, they would also not be called. They wouldn't be called terrorists. We would just say they're at war with Israel. But as far as I'm concerned, should stay out of both sides. Both sides can go fuck themselves. If Gaza gets turned into a parking lot, I don't care. If Israel gets turned into a parking lot, I don't care. My only question is, why are we funding it? I don't want to fund it. I don't care. Exactly, they have the right to defend themselves too. Exactly, that's what I keep telling everybody, and it baffles people's mind. It's like, hey, yeah, Israel has the right to defend themselves, but so do the people they're bombing. The people they're bombing also have a right to defend themselves. Crazy how that works. Yeah, I hate the politicians saying that the Bible says we need to support Israel. The Bible says we need to support the people of Israel, and we could do that by letting them live here safely. Well, not just that, our Sergeant. The Bible says to support all people. This is the love and care for and forgive all people. It does not say that you need to support a specific region on the planet. If the Bible said that you needed to support the people of a specific region on the planet, just think how quickly the devil would corrupt that area. Just saying. I'm just saying. You just blindly follow people in one specific sector of the planet, the devil would corrupt it instantly. He would be like, oh, this is your one bastion that everyone is supposed to trust? No, fuck off. A better position for the USA to take. Israel first, then bomb the rest of them. Israel first, then bomb the rest of them. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, bomb Israel, then bomb the rest of them. I'm for that. Let's do it. Yeah, we should take over Israel, and then we should use it as an operating grounds for taking out the rest of the Middle East. I'm for that. I know Mad Stark would be in favor of that too. If Mad Stark's in the chat, he could let us know. Anywho, what do I have on Discord? Who messaged me? Oh, Joey did. Okay, Joey said he would join in a little bit. That sounds fun. All right, well, I have a bunch of stories we need to get into. Kingdom of Heaven goes into this really well. Faith is used as justification to commit ungodly actions too often. Absolutely. Let's get into this story.